And good morning at 7:04 on this Friday, December 29th. It's time to head to Studio B for Coleman and Company.
Hello, everybody, and welcome. Friday morning, a little bit different from the rest of the week. We've had some frosty mornings, but today it's cloudy and overcast and a little bit warmer, but going to be a fantastic Friday, so glad to have you with us. We're on the air for Wilson Bank and Trust, as we are each Friday at this time, and Damon Bates joins us today. Damon is a financial advisor and part of Raymond James' team at Wilson Bank and Trust. Good morning.
Good morning, Coleman.
We call it, I think, the investment department, right?
That's right.
Well, good to see you today, and maybe it's rather fitting that you are here. If anybody that's pays any attention to the stock market or to how things have gone, I'm wondering if everybody isn't a little bit surprised, especially at what the Dow has done in the last 2 months. Over 37,000, record high.
We definitely are. I mean, it's something that we were fortunate to have a reprieve from last year being such a negative year, but I don't think any of us really saw a plus 20% market this year. Definitely surprised everybody because you still feel like we're not out of the woods completely.
Yeah.
So it's definitely kind of awkward feeling to be up where we are at this point in time.
But the way you are set up with Wilson Bank, and I understand that every branch, and there's 30 or more now throughout Middle Tennessee and even something going on in Chattanooga.
Yeah.
But your presence, Raymond James' presence is there, and people have an opportunity to invest with somebody at one of the branches.
Yeah, we have a team of 25. About 12 or 13 of those are what we call our financial advisors that are actually meeting with the customer base up front, doing the financial planning, all the suggestions, recommendations, those kind of things. And we cover the full footprint of the bank. So we're, of course, Lebanon, Mount Juliet, but Murfreesboro, Cookeville, Carthage, downtown Nashville, Cool Springs, Hendersonville, you name it. Where there's a Wilson Bank, we've got an advisor now. And that's the first time we've been able to do that. We got fully staffed this year, and we're pretty excited with some of the new guys we've brought on that had some experience that came over from competitors or other places. And so it's been great. It's actually been kind of weird for me not having to think where I'm going to find the next person because we're fully staffed.
Yeah. Well, how long have you actually been doing this for Wilson Bank?
I joined Wilson Bank, the investment department, in 2015.
Okay. It had gotten well established by then, but you've seen it grow really by leaps and bounds even since then.
Yeah, it's crazy to think when in 2017 when I became the manager, Larry Squires built the foundation. Tough act to follow for sure, but that's when I first looked at the numbers as a whole, and we managed as a team at that point in time like around $550 million in assets. That sounds like a lot, and it was. Currently, we're about $1.5 billion, so we've added $1 billion in assets under management in that last 6-7 years or so, which is just crazy to think.
Will you feel fully staffed right now?
We do, but you never feel completely comfortable.
If the right person came along, they might find something to do with it.
Exactly. You mentioned Chattanooga. That's a new adventure for the bank, and so that's a new area. And I haven't even started to really look down there, so that's going to be a new market that we're going to have to get into. But right now, it's not top of mind, at least.
Well, I have an idea that the people that you and your advisors deal with are in a considerably better frame of mind right now than they were this time a year ago.
Yeah, it's definitely every now and then the market tests you, right? It tests your patience, it tests your will, your plan. You have this plan in place, and everybody's always happy when you open up a statement and it's higher than what it was especially the prior year. 2022 definitely was the opposite of that. Every month you almost opened it up, it was almost lower, and then even the early part of this year. So when things are going well and the market is participating, it definitely makes people feel much more comfortable than what they were otherwise.
You feel positive for 2024?
We do. I think it's going to be a little bit muted because there's a lot of things on the docket we're still fighting the end of this inflationary process. So the Fed wants to keep the rates higher for longer, and that'll still bother the market some. And that soft landing, whether that occurs or not, and recessions happen. I think we all, whenever you say that word, everybody thinks immediately of the terrible ones, 2008 or 2001 and 2 or something. But there's a lot of recessions that happen by definition that are very, very slight that you don't even feel. And so if it does happen, we think it'll be slight, but we also got to remember there is an election coming up.
Yeah.
That always creates some additional volatility. So the first part of the year is where we think there's going to be additional volatility, where we might be a little sideways before we get closer to the election. It actually calms the markets when the markets realize that, hey, we know what we're going to get kind of thing. And you can factor a lot of that in, and that calms the market. So we think latter 2024, especially going into 25, looks pretty positive, but a lot of volatility up to that point.
Well, thanks for being with us today. And, of course, since we've talked investments, there's a little disclaimer I guess we need to talk about here.
Yes, sir. Securities offered through Raymond James Financial Services, member FINRA SIPC, not guaranteed by Wilson Bank and Trust, subject to risk and may lose value, not a deposit, not insured by FDIC or any government agency, Wilson Bank and Trust. And Wilson Bank and Trust investment services are not broker-dealers.
All right, well, Damon, thanks so much for being with us today. Have a good one. We'll see you sometime next year. How's that?
Thank you, sir.
All right. Damon Bates, Wilson Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender. They're still here, still independent, still committed to you, excellence in banking since 1987. All right, 10 and a half minutes after the hour. If you were listening yesterday, you heard me do a little review of the first half of 2023. We're going to pick it up in July this morning and allow about 3 minutes for each month as we review things that happened in the year 2023. July 2023, after a request by Keith Harrison to reconsider the urban growth boundary proposal, the Watertown City Council voted 4-2 to retract the revision to its urban growth plan. The founding of our nation was celebrated on July 4th in all 3 cities of the county. It began in Watertown at 3 p.m. with the Stars, Stripes, and Squirt Gun Parade. Mount Juliet celebration began at 4 p.m. with live music at the Circle P Ranch. Festivities in Lebanon began at 5 p.m. at the Ward Ag Center with the Evermean Evergreen Cloggers and 2 bands. All 3 cities ended their celebration with a fireworks show. Due to a recent increase in vehicle break-ins around Lebanon, the Lebanon Police Department began offering a $1,000 reward for information leading to the conviction of individuals involved. It was announced that the DARE program, Drug Abuse Resistance Education, would return to Wilson County elementary schools, focusing mainly on 5th graders. Nearly a year after the body of a 22-year-old Murfreesboro woman, Maya Fuller, was found in Wilson County, 3 suspects from Nashville were arrested in connection with her death. The Mount Juliet Board of Commissioners voted unanimously to reappoint Kenny Martin as city manager with a contract to run indefinitely. Martin, who began as a police officer in 1990, later became police chief and has served as city manager the past 11 years. Wilson County District 8 Commissioner Kevin Costley was arrested and charged with DUI and possession of a handgun while under the influence following a non-injury auto crash. Ron Pavin, Cumberland University Athletic Director, was chosen the 2022-23 Mid-South Conference Athletic Director of the Year, the 3rd time he has received that award. Cumberland University launched the Phoenix Foundation with the showing of a new jumbo scoreboard and a renovated home locker room at Noakes Lassiter Field. The initial focus of the foundation is raising funds to continue renovations at the field, including an artificial playing surface. July obituaries: Ronald Clark Wilson, age 80, Navy veteran and retired supervisor with AT&T. Elizabeth Ann Liz Thompson, who with her husband Joe owned Thompson Bookkeeping and Tax Service. She was also a franchise owner for Sears Catalog. Jackie Boston Bonner, age 87, who after retiring from Avco worked at the Wilson County Sheriff's Office and served as chaplain. Janie Alma Vanetta, age 90, of Lebanon, fashion manager for J.C. Penney. Randall Frank Randy Tramble, retired Lebanon police chief who worked as a Lebanon police officer for more than 30 years. Donald Davis Don Simpson, Wilson County Court Clerk from 1965 to 74, County Judge, County Executive from 74 to 94, past President of the Lebanon-Wilson County Chamber of Commerce and past President of the Lebanon Lions Club, supporter of the Tennessee Walking Horse Association. Betty Ann Richardson Marler, age 86, longtime City of Lebanon employee and key staff member during the tenure of Lebanon Mayor Tex Maddox. August 2023, the state's 3-month sales tax break on groceries went into effect on August 1. The city of Mount Juliet named Mark Folks fire chief, the third in the city's history. The first week of school brought busing issues as the Wilson County schools transitioned to a 2-tier system. The Wilson County School Board approved a bid of just over $52.2 million to build Legardo Elementary School on Double Log Cabin Road near Highway 109. The Watertown Police Department got an upgrade with 3 new police vehicles outfitted with Wi-Fi and video cameras. The Lebanon City Council approved just over $75,000 for renovation of the former fire station at Hartman Drive and the bypass to be an activity center for veterans. The new amphitheater at Friendship Christian School was named Armstrong Amphitheater in honor of Greg Armstrong, biology teacher and coach. A Mount Juliet firefighter, Kenny Hudson, was injured and 47 residents were displaced when a fire destroyed the Glass Creek apartment building in Mount Juliet. Nearly 740,000 people attended the 2023 Wilson County Fair, Tennessee State Fair. Due to triple-digit temperatures, the last half of the fair, attendance was down about 37,000 compared to the record attendance of 2022. People came from all 95 Tennessee counties, all 50 states, and 37 countries. These August obituaries: Fred Brockett Jr., Army veteran, civic and church leader who worked with South Central Bell and AT&T for over 40 years. Mildred Louise Boughton Gaston, age 96, of Lebanon, faithful member of First Presbyterian Church, who had 74 years of service with the Daughters of the American Revolution. Robert Myers Bob Martin, Navy veteran who worked for the City of Lebanon Gas Department. James Allen Jim Wyatt, retired from Toshiba, active member of First United Methodist Church for over 50 years and longtime member of the Lebanon Lions Club. Joe Kenneth Winfrey, former executive director of the Wilson County ASCS office, later maintenance director at the county mayor's office, a Tucker's Crossroads Grange member and Wilson County Fair Board member. Geneva Ezel Thomas, who, following retirement from the Tennessee Department of Transportation, worked in the Wilson County Property Assessor's Office. She helped develop Fiddler's Grove at the Ag Center and assisted in the Century Farm program of Wilson County. Karen Garner O'Rourke of Lebanon, Executive Secretary at Toshiba, later an administrative assistant for the Tennessee Office of Inspector General. Eddie Lynn Mathis of Watertown, retired from Goodyear Tire as sales and service manager. And Aline Tomlinson, age 104, of Lebanon, member of Fairview Baptist Church, where she sang in the choir and taught Sunday school. We'll get September through December after we go to a break here on Coleman and Company, FM 98.9.
And let's see what's happening on the roadways. And excuse me, this update is all brought to you by our friends at Absolute Kubota. They'll help you rent the right tool for the job. The Kubota Orange Rental Program makes it easy to rent the right equipment. Stop by Absolute Kubota, check out the U35 excavator or the SVL 75 compact track loader, 1506 West Main. Now at traffic, here's Chuck.
Good morning. Despite some weather conditions near our area, we're still in pretty good shape right now in the Nashville area. Now they're working this accident over here northbound Briley Parkway. It's going to be near White Bridge Road. It is over to the side, not causing too much of a backup. It's building at times coming down I-40 through the Mount Juliet area in from Wilson County towards Hermitage. Princess Hot Chicken is hiring in all 4 locations online today at princesshotchicken.com. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
Gregory Dental Group in Lebanon is in a new location, 1746 West Main in Lebanon, across from Sports Village. Gregory Dental Group offers cosmetic procedures, dental implant services, and digital dentures. Premium dentures in just 2 appointments.
Hi, I'm Dr. Derek Gregory. In my office, you can count on compassionate staff who will truly listen to you, take the time to get to know you, and discuss your personal needs.
No insurance? No problem. Call about the discount plan. Gregory Dental Group, 444-0322.
Continue here on this Friday morning as we count down the last half of 2023. let's take we're to September, September 2023. Groundbreaking for the new Mount Juliet Police Headquarters was held, at which time City Manager Kenny Martin announced that Michael Mullins would become the new police chief in December when Chief James Hambrick retires, and that current Captain Tyler Chandler would become the deputy chief. Sherry's Run celebrated its 20th anniversary on September 9th. The Lebanon City Council approved a bid to install 2 traffic lights on Hartman Drive near I-40 and Franklin Road. Bethlehem Church of Christ at Tucker's Crossroads commemorated its 200th anniversary September 16th and 17th. A Tennessee historical marker was unveiled in front of the church building. Cumberland University announced the largest enrollment in its 182-year history, with 3,072 students enrolled for the fall semester. The Lebanon City Council approved a recreation master plan at its September 19th meeting. The plan is a new guide for city parks and recreation activities containing more than 100 pages of information. The Wilco Powwow celebrated its 40th year of highlighting Native American heritage. Thousands came to the Ward Ag Center to attend the event. In sports, Colton Dowell, former Wilson Central and UT Martin football standout, made the 53-man roster of the Tennessee Titans. September obits: Daniel Galen Lester, engineer with Lux Clock Robert Shaw for 40 years, avid fisherman who restored antique clocks and cars. John Robert Buck Woodruff, owner of Mid-10 Technologies, who served as a county commissioner. Mildred Ann Edwards, age 94, of the Noreen community, lifetime member of Fall Creek Baptist Church, Sunday School and Vacation Bible School teacher. Robbie Lane Gray, charter member of Victory Baptist Church, who worked in the Wilson County Courthouse for over 35 years. Clyde Woods, age 104. Albert Burr A.B. McCall, age 94, of Carthage, astute businessman who owned D.T. McCall & Sons. Roger Stewart Hunt, age 83, entrepreneur and contractor. October 2023, National Night Out at the Don Fox Park proved to be another successful venture. One of its goals is to make the community feel more comfortable in approaching law enforcement and emergency personnel. The city of Mount Juliet began a special census to update its population numbers and increase the money coming to the city from the state. The Lebanon REI Co-op Distribution Center officially opened. REI, a retail and outdoor services corporation, initially hired 250 people. Wilson County Director of Schools Jeff Luttrell received high marks from the 7 school board members on the board's annual evaluation of the director. A groundbreaking ceremony was held for the new Legardo Elementary School, set to open in the fall of 2025. Among several ongoing infrastructure projects in Lebanon was the extension of the sewer on Hartman Drive. These October obituaries: Bernie Ash, Air Force veteran and Lebanon businessman who served as a county commissioner, Lebanon city councilman, veterans administrator, and mayor of Lebanon. He played an integral role in the creation of the Veterans Plaza and Museum. Betty Will Stevens, businesswoman who served as executive director of the Mount Juliet Chamber of Commerce, actor and singer who received many Southern Gospel Music Awards. Margaret Henley Beadle, age 96, of Watertown, retired employee of Robert Shaw Lux Time. Betty Denning, age 93, of Lebanon, longtime member of College Hills Church of Christ and volunteer for Hearthside Senior Living. Bobby Cole Allison of Watertown, member of the Watertown First Baptist Church and a 32-year retiree of AT&T. Opal Barrett Midget, age 89, of Lebanon, retired from AT&T after 31 years, a member of the Telephone Pioneers and volunteer for the American Red Cross, helping with local blood drives. J.T. Robinson, Jr., age 92, Navy veteran who worked at Commerce Union Bank, later owned and operated Emerald Supply for many years. And Margaret Mitchell Tomlinson of Lebanon, who early in her career worked as secretary for WCOR Radio, later was a manager of a local credit union. November 2023, Lebanon continued to show a resistance to car wash businesses as the Lebanon Planning Commission temporarily halted plans for another car wash on the west side of town. A Mount Juliet World War II Navy veteran, William Glenn Pardue, age 101, was presented a handcrafted red, white, and blue patriotic quilt. Representatives of the Quilts of Valor Foundation and the American Legion Post 281 made the presentation at his home. Continuing a tradition of many years, Lebanon and Wilson County held the annual Veterans Day Parade in Lebanon on November 11th. The parade was followed by a ceremony at the Veterans Plaza with State Representative Clark Boyd as guest speaker. The Lebanon City Council approved a pay increase for all city employees during its November 21st meeting. The 6% pay increase is an attempt to retain employees, the city having lost 50 employees since July. Wilson County Director of Schools Jeff Luttrell said a survey was being circulated in the Watertown area to gather input on what to do about the Watertown Middle School. The three options being considered are building a new school on another site, a new school at the current site, or renovating and rebuilding at the current site. In sports, the Friendship Christian Commanders suffered a 28-13 loss to Middle Tennessee Christian in the Division II Class A State Championship football game. September obituaries: Jenny Bess Goggin Hibbett, age 86, known as the matriarch of Mount Juliet. She was the city's first female mayor. Her long career in education spanned 54 years as a preschool and kindergarten teacher and librarian. She helped found the Mount Juliet First Baptist Church Kindergarten and Preschool, which evolved into Mount Juliet Christian Academy. James Edward Jim Robinson, age 93, retired educator who taught at Castle Heights, later principal in the Wilson County school system. Irene Woodliff, age 94, of Lebanon, administrative assistant for the City of Lebanon Public Works Department for over 30 years. Frank Hall retired from the City of Lebanon Gas Department after 24 years. Don G. Keaton, age 84, former Lebanon Commissioner of Finance, later Chief Sergeant at Arms for the Tennessee State Senate. And George D. Givens, age 92, Korean War veteran, active member of the Greenvale community, farmer, and manager of Neely Coble Body Shop for 25 years. And December 2023. The Fellowship Hall at Temple Baptist Church on Coles Ferry Pike was broken into and vandalized just before the Sunday evening service. When law enforcement arrived, the suspect was still in the building and was apprehended. The 2023 Wilson County Fair, Tennessee State Fair, received 23 awards from the International Association of Fairs and Exhibitions. 13 of the 23 were first-place awards. Reithofer Shows, the carnival provider, received the Circle of Excellence Award. Cumberland University added 3 distinguished leaders to its Board of Trust. They're Dr. Teresa Chastain Dunn, President and CEO of Worldwide Interactive Network Learning, Patricia Hunt, Community Relations Specialist at Hunt Brothers Pizza, and Cecilia Moore, Chief Financial Officer and Treasurer at Vanderbilt University Medical Center. The Lebanon Police Department is to purchase 10 new patrol vehicles after the City Council approved some $470,000 for them. Officials of the Tennessee Department of Transportation held a community meeting to give details of the upcoming Hartsville Pike renovations from Lover's Lane to the bypass. Later in the month, TDOT told of plans to improve the I-40 at Highway 109 interchange and to widen I-40 from Hartman Drive past Highway 231 South. TDOT also placed the proposed Mount Juliet Central Pike at I-40 interchange on its Transportation Act list. The Mount Juliet Board of Commissioners approved a new fire station near Old Lebanon Dirt Road to replace Fire Station 3 on East Hill Drive. Longtime historic Lebanon Executive Director Kim Parks resigned to become the Tennessee Main Street Director in January. And these December obituaries: Dr. John Michael Pino, optometrist in Lebanon for many years; Barbara P. Gibson, age 93, who worked 23 years in the Wilson County Special Education Department, active member of First United Methodist Church and Christian Life Chapel; Nell Ardell Lauter Davis, age 82, active member of Bartons Creek Baptist Church and the Lebanon Senior Citizen Center; Jimmy Stanton Harper of Lebanon, active member of First United Methodist Church, who, after retiring from TDOT as personnel director, worked as a court officer under Judge John Wooten; Mary Elizabeth Stewart, age 93, of the Leeville community, who worked at Texas Boot for 42 years and later at Margiana Nursing Home; Elizabeth Beth Ham, age 100, of Lebanon; James Edward Baines, age 95, Army veteran and butcher who worked more than 40 years for many local grocery stores, including Mosier's Piggly Wiggly. David Heath Bryant, who had a distinguished career as a Lebanon police officer and detective, then transitioned to the Lebanon Fire Department, where he achieved the rank of lieutenant as a firefighter and engineer. And finally, Harry Jimmy Wright, Jr., member of College Hills Church of Christ, who served the Lebanon area for 60 years with his business, Wright Printing Company. Well, there you have it. That's about 3 minutes for each month of the year that we did yesterday and concluding today. I hope it's been informing and maybe a little bit entertaining to think back some of the things that have taken place. Not necessarily all the top stories, but these things happened in the year 2023. And that is part one of Coleman and Company. We hope you'll keep it here for more. FM 98.9.
And let's see what's happening on the roadways. Thanks to our friends at Bates Ford, that regular oil change $39.95, up to 5 quarts of oil, tax and disposal. Brand new location, 1780 Franklin Road. Now at traffic, here's Chuck.
Good morning. Despite some weather conditions near our area, we're still in pretty good shape right now in the Nashville area. Now, they're working this accident over here northbound Briley Parkway. It's going to be near White Bridge Road. It is over to the side, not causing too much of a backup. It's building at times coming down I-40 through the Mount Juliet area in from Wilson County towards Hermitage. Princess Hot Chicken is hiring in all 4 locations online today at princessHotChicken.com. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
Medina, it's 2024, a brand new year. Decorations are all packed up, and now's the time to start thinking about putting your house on the market. Buyers are out there.
Speaking of buyers, if you're ready to purchase a home, call us and we'll get you started on the path to find your dream home.
And like we say, don't make a move without us.
Call Judy Cox or Medina Himmentoller at Exit Rocky Top Realty. C&D Team 443-3130.
Expecting today's high of 41 degrees with a chance of rain and snow throughout the morning and showers likely by the afternoon. Rain and snow continuing to be likely overnight. That low down to 33. No snow accumulation is expected. This look at weather brought to you by Walker Auction and Realty, professional auction and real estate services. Get top dollar for your home, land, or personal property. Just log on to MikeWalkerAuctions.com. They know auctions. Let's look at your forecast. I'm Stormy Clausen.
Coleman and Company, welcome to part 2. Here we are on a Friday morning, the last Friday in the year of 2023. And we're ready to go for C&D Team. Exit Rocky Top Realty. Dinah Cavender joins us this morning. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Coleman.
It is nice to see you. And
yes.
You have worn a number of hats in our community over the years, and some time ago you decided you wanted a real estate hat as well as the others you were wearing. Is that a good way to say it?
It is. I realized with life insurance I'm not a good salesperson.
Yeah.
So you don't have to sell anything with real estate. You just have to educate them, help them out. They know if they want to buy or sell.
Well, how long have you been a part of the team with Miss Judy and with Medina and the others?
Well, knowing them forever,
Yeah.
because we've been in Kiwanis and stuff like that. But I want to say around 2017,
Okay.
I got a bug to start doing real estate.
So maybe 6 years or so.
Yeah.
Well, you managed to wear the hats well, it seems. I mean, again, that's not all you do. You're not full-time real estate, but a lot of your time is spent in that, I think.
Yeah, I would say I'm more real estate than life insurance now.
Okay.
Again, because I don't sell it. You walk in, I'll educate you till your eyes roll back in your head.
You've just been there part of the team with T.A. Bryan for a long time.
Yeah.
But
my second dad.
Kind of transitioning. I think you're transitioning away from that a little bit and putting more time on real estate.
I am. I have to say I do enjoy it more because, again, I'm not pressuring anyone. I'm just educating them and making sure they make the right decision.
Do you have some listings you want to talk about? What particular you want to
Okay,
express this morning?
I do. I have.
Well, let me say
ahead.
this. I since you were here, I won't say you startled me, but I started off different. I usually always mention your location, 1330 West Main. Great people, great service, people you can trust. And having said that, what do you got for us?
Well, first I want to thank Judy and Medina.
Yeah.
This is like their Christmas gift for me because it's very nice of them, and I appreciate totally that I can be on the air and let people know I'm here.
Yeah.
To help them out. And I have a piece of property up in Hartsville. It is spitting distance from the square there. It is 20 acres, which is getting harder and harder to find. And privacy galore, because on either side, the properties are hundreds of acres, so you're never going to get to know your neighbor. Road frontage, over 500 feet of road frontage, so you could divvy up the 20 acres if you're so inclined. It's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, over 1,800 square feet. They've updated the flooring on it. The roof is only 5 years old. The HVAC just got serviced. Gorgeous 26 by 24 deck overlooking the woods. They're asking $499 for it. And it's on Harris Branch Road, 8436 Harris Branch Road. You can give me a call, and I can send you the MLS so you can see all the beautiful pictures of it. We have a great drone of it, and it's just waiting for someone to hunt it. Mm-hmm. You can log it. It's a great piece of property. And then in the same vein, I love big pieces of property because I'm a farm owner myself. So, you're not making more dirt. I have one coming up in Brush Creek. We're tidying it up a little bit, doing some painting on it. It's only 7 minutes from I-40, so do the math. It's not going to be that far from Nashville. You can still have a job in Nashville, but get away from it all. It's 22 acres, and it's about 2,200 square feet. It's an older home, but built like a brick house. It is all brick, and has a fireplace also. And that's probably going to be, again, in the mid to upper 400s. That's just the way properties are running right now. The appraisals are coming in that way. So those are my two beauties right now.
All right. What's the best number to reach you?
I can be reached anytime, literally, at 615-585-7773.
All right. That's your personal number.
That's my personal cell.
Say it one more time.
615-585-7773.
All right. What are you thinking about 2024? Good real estate year?
I think it will be. Now, Fed were dovish last time they met. They're leaning towards 3 rates. And that doesn't mean it's only going to be 0.25. They're leaning towards June. Now, I'm also a financial nerd. The market is leaning towards 6 rates starting in March. Who knows? Is the tail wagging the dog? You never know. So if we all knew, we'd all be rich.
Isn't that right? Absolutely. Well, I'll say one other thing in your favor here, and I've called you a number of times on the phone, usually pertaining to insurance, but if I needed real estate, I would probably hear the same thing. This is Diana. I'm here to help.
That's me.
And I think that describes you pretty well. Thank you for being with us today.
Thank you, and you have a happy new year.
Thank you, and you too. Well, that's Diana Cavender, and she's part of the C&D team, Exit Rocky Top Realty. Again, they're located at 1330 West Main in Lebanon. Great people, great service, and they're people you can trust. I guess we ought to say we ought to do this. You want to do this for Medina, what she always says last.
Don't make a move without us.
All right. Thank you so much. We are about 22 minutes before the hour, and Patty Watts with the Lebanon Senior Citizens Center joins us this morning. Good morning to you.
Good morning to you. I missed you yesterday afternoon. You missed a good game.
Well, I understand that Danny, was it Danny and
Irwin? Yeah, but I'm going to tell you that Shelby Morgan and Valerie Hieronymus kept up with them at several points, were ahead of them, and at the end of that game, it was only because one of their bags, and I don't know who, it was either Valerie or Shelby's, I can't remember which side it was going to, it hit the board, and it kind of thumped off the side. Oh. And it was, everybody did exactly like that. The whole room was like, oh! But, they played, that was...
It was great. It was great.
Well, that's the way it is. Let me say it this way. I wasn't in the mood for cornhole yesterday. And that's unusual, but I had my reason.
Yeah, that's fine. We do. I was kind of blah yesterday. I think, and I don't know, I'm not, I won't get into it, but what we've kind of seen amongst some people this week, it's like after Christmas, the weather's getting cold and the hype has gone up and it's come down and everybody's kind of melancholy, I think. It's normal.
Well, you've got a great January plan for the Lebanon Senior Citizens Center.
Absolutely.
One more day today? You want to talk about today right quick?
Today is the New Year's Eve party.
Yeah.
Yep, absolutely. So if you don't have reservations for lunch, we're pretty full. You can call and maybe see we're having ham and turnip greens and black-eyed peas, the traditional, good luck and great fortune and some macaroni and cheese. But anyways, Chef Rick is doing, I think, a real good job. It's kind of hard to interpret our menu sometimes, but we've done it for so long. And there's been a few little hiccups, but we've all pulled through and it's all been fun. And it's we kind of try to smile about it and the whole time shaking our heads and hoping that the members understand that there are growing pains.
Well, you were referring to the new chef, relatively new.
Yes, yeah, he's only been there like 2 months. Yeah.
And where is he from? He's from California.
He's from he is from California, but he's got extensive training in chefing. That's right.
in being a chef.
In being a chef.
Yeah.
But he's worked for some hospitals and colleges. He worked for Vanderbilt University when he got here for 2 years. And so he understands, the price per plate and the cost per plate and portions and things like that. And it's working out really well. Still good.
We've got there's all of January to talk about today.
There is.
You've already mentioned today and today. After today, when will the center be open next week?
Tuesday through Friday. We're closed on Monday. But again, for today, we're having a big dance this afternoon. So even if you don't come for lunch, come at 1 o'clock for the dance. We've got DJs playing. We've got music. We've got refreshments. Victoria from the pavilion. And then I believe Gibbs brought some sparkling cider. So we'll have a toast at like 3 o'clock today to toast in the new year, ring out the old and bring in the new.
You do that at 3 o'clock.
At 3 o'clock.
So wait till midnight.
Yeah, who stays up till midnight? But we'll have a really good time.
Closed by 4 today.
Closed by 4.
Well, that's the way it is when you're old folks.
Well,
you go home early.
We would like to be able to stay open late, but we just.
Well, what about next year? Once next Tuesday comes, you've got the usual, I guess. We always have a few games of cornhole. We have pool tournaments. You still got those going.
Yep. Bowling. I was in bowling. I mean, I'm telling you, this is a great thing. I went bowling with my granddaughter when I was in Florida for her birthday, like December the 8th. And I had a blast bowling. I was like, I forgot how much fun bowling is, and it's not hard. You just get you a ball and throw it down the lane, and I hit a strike, and I was like, that is just the best feeling in the world. I hadn't thrown a bowling ball in, 30 years.
Oh, wow.
And I'm like, I want to go bowling. You guys should come bowling.
Not sure I remember the last time I bowled. Maybe I ought to join you one of these
You
days.
really should. It's a lot of fun. We meet over at Pro Bowl West. I think it's like $8. Get to bowl a couple of games. I don't know. It's not expensive, but, it's what the bowling alley charges.
Have this has not been going on too long. We haven't talked about it hardly at all here, I don't think, on Friday mornings. But you have interest in it, and I'm wondering if that interest is building.
A little bit, yeah. I think it's going good, and I got a little reveal coming up. Pickleball's coming. We're doing a pickleball palooza in March.
Oh,
so Kirsten Harris McDonald, and I are working together with the Ag Center. I'm bad at names. It's right on the tip. Gail, I think. I don't want to be wrong. But we're on March the 3rd weekend. We're going to have a big, it's not a tournament, it's like a palooza for everybody. And then Rick Bell has some pickleball courts that are being built over at the Jimmy Floyd Center. And that's the hottest thing since like sliced bread, I'm telling you. I mean, everybody wants to do pickleball. They say if you can move your wrist, you can play pickleball. So MJ shaking her head, yeah. We're bringing in pickleball.
Somebody may have to really entice me. I tried it for about 5 minutes one time, and I wasn't impressed. But I never did like to play tennis either.
Right.
So I don't know. We might have to give it another try.
Yeah, give it another try.
Yeah.
It could be your new, you've been like the shuffleboard king, cornhole king. You could be the pickleball king.
I doubt it, but maybe.
Get you a belt. Yesterday, Melody had this cornhole, like if you were a professional WWF wrestler belt, big things. Somebody had given Lee for Christmas, and he didn't get to wear it yesterday. But we should get one at the center and pass. We'd have to get two and pass it around from month to month.
Yeah. Well, we do have some very good cornhole players.
Yes.
Some very good ones. And Lee is one of them. When he's on, he's hard to beat, too.
Charles Franks yesterday, I'm not kidding you, 2 or 3 throws, he got all 4 bags.
Yeah.
In the hole, nothing but net, airmail. Choom bang, choom bang.
Cheeseburger Charlie.
Cheeseburger Charlie. Yeah. Shelby Morgan's daughter and son-in-law were sitting beside me, and he's like, he's good. He did it again. He did it again.
Oh, Patty Watts with 11 Senior Citizen Centers here. It's time for us to take a break. This is Coleman and Company, FM 98.9.
And let's see what's happening on the roadways. Thanks to our friends at Absolute Kubota, they'll help you rent the right tool for the job. The Kubota Orange Rental Program makes it easy to rent the right equipment. Stop by Absolute Kubota, check out the U35 excavator or the SVL 75 compact track loader, 1506 West Main. Now with traffic, here's Chuck.
Good morning. You could run into a little bit of weather on 65 as you head up towards Kentucky, so be careful. Give yourself a little bit of extra travel time. Traffic's on the increase at times out here coming through Lebanon, Wilson County on 40 going west, headed towards Hermitage. Still looks good right now on 24 out of Murfreesboro, Rutherford County towards Nashville, where normally it would be pretty heavy this time of the morning. Prince's Hot Chicken is hiring in all 4 locations. You can order online at princeshotchicken.com. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
For more than 36 years, Wilson Bank & Trust has been proud to serve communities all across Tennessee. As an independent local bank, we provide banking products competitive with large banks, but delivered with personalized local service. Wilson Bank & Trust has been community-focused since 1987 and looks forward to many more. Discover the power of local community banking that truly makes a difference. Give us a call or come on by any of our local 30 locations or visit wilsonbank.com to learn more. Member FDIC.
Coleman and Company, thanks for joining us. Patty Watts with 11 Senior Citizen, the director of 11 Senior Citizen Centers here this morning. We've had a lively discussion so far. We've got more to talk about coming up in the month of January. And, of course, as you mentioned earlier, a special, actually, it's a kind of a party, a festive atmosphere this afternoon.
Yes, it will be. It'll be a lot of fun. It's a good time.
But you pretty much sold out lunch, but that doesn't mean you can't come at 1 o'clock.
That's correct. That's correct. You can still come and participate in the activities. And if you want to bring a sandwich and eat with us, I never, mind anybody just coming in and bringing their own. We see a lot of Subway bags laying around.
You're just saying that you probably sold out what is prepared, what is being prepared.
Right. We're just trying to, keep that budget right on tack. And we're trying to, like I say, Rick is really good about price per plate and portions. Yeah. So we're trying to keep everything good. So anyways, Jamie wanted to meet with somebody at her house this morning over a household thing. And I said, well, good, because I wanted to do the radio anyways, because I want to talk about this. But she said, I've got some notes if you wouldn't mind mentioning for me. All right. So last Wednesday we went, we were closed and the staff got together and we delivered the homebound meals to everybody. And it was wonderful. Jamie said it was just such a delight to meet Ann Floyd. And Ann Floyd
absolutely.
said she listens every morning. And Jamie said, well, the most important thing that I really wanted to say was hello to Ann Floyd. And I said, well, she'll love that. And Ann is delightful. And as we were leaving, Tick Bryan in the First Baptist Church was showing up to Carol. And it's a wonderful community. You know, what goes on within from the First Baptist Church. And when you were reading, you know, what happened through the year, you know, the obituaries, I was like, I knew that person. Yeah. I was connected to that person. I was connected to that person. And I love being a part of Lebanon. It's wonderful.
We have a number of people that who have been prominent people, still are, but retired and come to the Senior Citizen Center. And it's kind of a different ball game for them, I guess. Well, it's a little bit different for me.
Yeah.
There's a lot over there that I enjoy.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you can retire and stay home, or you can retire and come to the Senior Center and have fun and play and make a new part of life. You know,
yes.
it's like
make new friends. There's a lot of people I would probably never have known had it not been for that.
Absolutely.
And a lot of them are in cornhole, and a lot of them in the pool room.
That's right. That's right. Sitting around the lunch table and things.
Right.
I've met some really good friends.
Well, Helen has made more friends around the lunch table because she sits there longer than I do.
Yeah, you're up playing pool or something.
Oh, what else do we need to talk about?
All right. So, and Jamie also wanted to say thank you to everybody who made Be a Santa to a Senior possible. We worked with Home Instead again this year, and then we had just a lot of personal people that adopted, you know, a senior and bought them presents. And that's important because there's a lot of seniors, they're alone, they don't have family, they don't really get the gifts. So it's nice to receive something. So it really is a warm and welcoming thing.
And back to what you were doing the other day when you met the homebound people, that no doubt meant a lot to them, but was probably enlightening for those of you who were able to do that.
Oh, it was, because like Rick and Jamie had never delivered meals. A couple of the staff had never done that. Uh-huh. And until you actually physically go knock on that door and see, you know, the little person that they no longer drive, you know, they live alone. They're so excited to see you. I won't name names, but we knocked on this one door and she's like, come in. So we did. And, you know, we don't. And she had written this song about being shut in at COVID, and she sang it to us. Oh. And I mean, I was with Rick and Jamie, and we just stood there and smiled ear to ear. I mean, it was just wonderful. You know, I mean, she was just so delightful, and everybody just was so appreciative and just thank you. And I thank the volunteers who do that because it's a commitment every week. And there's no way I can name them all because we have like 6 routes, 5 days a week. Mm-hmm. We have a couple of people that double up, but mostly it's, you know, 1 or 2 people deliver a route every day. So we have quite a few volunteers. And for one reason or another, they have to, you know, drop out or they have to, you know, be gone or something like that. So we're kind of always looking for somebody. So if anybody wants to volunteer to deliver meals, we do run a background check. On your background check and a driver's license thing. Just because, you know, if we're sending somebody to a senior's house, we want to make sure that there's no domestic abuse or violence in their background. Do the best. Be a good steward of what we do.
Right. Okay.
You ready?
Ready.
All right. Well, we've got all kinds of bingos. Bible study. We have brought back Bible study on Wednesdays, and the crowd's still kind of low. I don't know if people don't know about it, or you know, it's a time of year because people don't get out as much. But Bible study is a really important thing. I think a lot of people can't get out every Sunday to go to church. The van will bring them to the center.
How does this work? You have some church person come or?
Yep, Temple Baptist Church has been a sponsor. Hillcrest has been a sponsor. So for 1 month, that pastor or a lay person from the church comes and for 30 minutes conducts a little Bible study.
Okay, about a 30-minute session.
Yeah.
What time of day is that?
It's at 10:30 on Wednesdays.
Okay, 10:30 Wednesdays, 10:30 to 11.
Yeah, okay. I think it's 10 o'clock. It's 10 o'clock on Wednesdays.
Oh, I'm sorry, 10.
10. I said 10:30.
10.
I'm sorry.
10 to 10:30.
10 to 10:30,
All right.
yeah. So on Wednesdays. If you don't have a calendar, give us a call. We'll send you one. We do have on Monday at 10:30. It's called Community. So it's twice a month, and it's a group of ladies get together, and it's like a topic of hope and fellowship and love. And it's just a women's tea group, and they get together and they pray, and I think that's pretty good. They're doing that. But the reason I'm here today is dun dun dun, the Valentine's banquet.
A fundraiser.
Well, it is a fundraiser, but Rick Bell and I talked extensively about this, and then we talked about it with the board of directors. You guys want to get out and dance. You guys want to get out and have a good time. You want dinner and you want to dance. So we, as a group of employees and volunteers, go out into the neighborhood and we beg, borrow, and steal. We don't steal, but we beg. And we don't even borrow. We just like, give it to us. But I told Rick.
You strongly ask.
We strongly ask. But, I told Rick, I said, I feel sorry for the retail shops in town, because it's not just the Lebanon Senior Center. It's every other nonprofit in Lebanon. Will you support us? Will you give to us? We need a silent auction. Please give us. Please give us. Well, they're just trying to make ends meet. So the Pickleball Palooza is hopefully going to make up for the silent auction.
Okay.
We're not doing a silent auction this year. I've been just toiling over it. I want the cheesecake and I want the quilt to be auctioned. And I said we weren't going to auction anything. But I don't think it'd be the Valentine banquet without the quilt and the cheesecake.
Is that
Barry Tatum's?
Judge
Barry Tatum's cheesecake. I mean, Mark Pody and I. What would Mark Pody and I do at the banquet if we couldn't argue over the cheesecake?
They are wonderful.
They are wonderful. So I might have to say we're not going to do the silent auction, because we're not going to do that.
All right.
We're not going to do a lot of auction. We might have to think of a clever way to do the quilt, because everybody loves the quilt, and the quilts are beautiful. And Nina Morris and
sorry, I can't help you.
Shirley Kane.
Okay.
Shirley Kane, they do a wonderful job making beautiful quilts. Mm-hmm. And then I think Nina Sutton's brother helps along with that too. But they're beautiful. So might have to do something, but we're not going to have everything. We'll have the door prizes, but we'll just give them out. We won't have to stop the dancing. We just want you guys to have a good night. It's $50. Somebody said yesterday, it says formal dinner and dance. Do I have to wear a gown? I was like, no. Maybe a tie, for the guys, and, nice.
What's the date for this?
It is February the 17th from 5 to 9. Mm-hmm. What we are doing is we're going to encourage anybody who wants to showcase their stores or showcase what they do. Rick Bell has always, bought a table. David at Ligon and Bobo.
David Brooks.
Yes, they always sponsor a table. Golly, Gibbs Pharmacy, I think, does. Just different people.
So you're still going to do that?
Yes, we're selling tables. The sponsorship is $1,500 across the board. You get 2 tickets for dinner, and then you can advertise. You can put whatever you want to on the table. We won't be doing banners because that just gets expensive and takes away from the, things. But you'll be in the brochure. We always have a really nice event brochure that night, so we'll have your name in there.
So anybody who wants to get first up on this can give you a call even today?
Yes, they can. They can call me today. We're ready. I've got the sign-up sheets. There are certain tables that have a more lucrative position, maybe, in the dining room, So if you want that good table, call me today, and I'll get you a good table. You can sign up. We're selling tickets. Might as well start selling them today, because I want this to be the biggest and best and funnest Valentine banquet we've ever had.
Now, is it going to be the same place?
Yes, it's going to be at the Mill.
Mm-hmm.
It's Saturday night, February the 17th. Doors open at 5. Prime rib. Tried to call Chris at Houston's yesterday, and he was busy, but we get our prime rib from Houston's. We'll have roasted potatoes, green beans, a dinner roll, cheesecake, coffee, tea, wine.
A great evening.
A great evening, and it's all for $50. All proceeds go towards the Lebanon Senior Citizen Center to help offset the.
Well, I can see that you have really done a lot of preparation already, a lot of thinking, a lot of planning for this, and
takes a little bit.
It's still going to be a little bit different without all the auctions. Hopefully, we'll have a lot of people who will help make it a success financially.
Yes,
because you do need this. We've got to keep the doors open.
Right, Sheriff Bryan always supports us.
He has been a great supporter.
Yeah.
He really has. And a lot of other people, too. And, of course, last year, Medina
yes.
and gave the money back.
That was, nobody knows the blessing. You want me to tell you the truth about that? There's a truth about that.
Oh, yeah.
So you have to apply a year in advance to get a charitable, like a gambling, it's a permit that you have to get to have a special event where you can raise money by gambling or something like that. So we had put in for that. We had asked and looked for somebody to sponsor this, to a giveaway, like a diamond dig. We were going to get diamonds or something, give something away where people would buy raffle tickets and we would give this away. Well, we couldn't find anything. So then we said, well, we'll give a big trip away.
Yeah.
Well, we couldn't find anybody to sponsor the trip. So we said, well, we're selling tickets. Hopefully we'll break even. What were we going to do? We had to try something. We had to go for it.
Yeah.
And so we sold enough tickets to have paid for that trip. So we weren't going to be upside down, and thank God that we were not upside down in that. But when Medina gave that back, that was just an extra bonus, and that was wonderful. So we would have honored it. We would have done it.
Sure.
It would have been, we had the money in the bank to do it. So, but it sure was a blessing when she did that. We all kind of just.
Yeah.
So we're not going to do that again.
Patty, we are out of time. Thanks so much for being with us.
How does it go by so fast? Just like the year.
Patty Watts, the Lebanon Senior Citizen Center. That's going to do it for this Friday, and we'll be back on Wednesday. And until then, I wish you a fantastic day.